Hey, Shalom, Shalom, when the stuff. So it's about giving no praise to Yahweh, Hashem, Al-Shah, Hashem, Al-Qadash. Double honor to the apostles of GMS, and honestly, brothers doing the work in truth. Why, sincerity. It's another quick one. This one is inspired. I was just, going for a stroll, and I was thinking, about a happy ending, right? For instance, the typical Disney storyline of, you have the main guy, then there's a dip, and then at the end of the story, everything's all good, right? And that is the story of Israel. At the beginning, we were right, then we fell, and then now the building is being put back together, right? So that it can be it's in its glory once again, right? As before, right? So I'll just go through, some scriptures, and then would you see where we end up, right? So Psalms 79:6 says, "Pour out thy wrath upon the heathen that have not known thee, and upon the kingdoms that have not called upon thy name, for they have devoured Jacob, and laid his dwelling, and laid waste his dwelling place." Right. So look, all these heathen nations. Right, and this is when Israel was low, right? All these heathen nations, as we're gonna get in Psalms 83, they got together and they were like, "Look, man, let's take down Israel," and they did, and Israel was destroyed. Right, Israel is destroyed at the moment, but starting with the apostles on down, their teachers before them, the Lord is basically building that third temple up once more. Right, He's building Israel up, once again, right, which is a beautiful thing to see, right? So so once again, that's one of those low points that we have seen, for our people, right? And then you have Psalms 83, right? It says, I'm gonna read from the top. It says, "Keep thou, O silent, or rather, keep not thou silent, O Most High. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Most High." Right? It says, "For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up their head." All right, it says, "They have taken crafty counsel against our people, right, and consulted against our hidden one." Part of that, crafty counsel, is all the propaganda that they have set up to, to destroy Jake, to make Jake lost for being, quote, black. Right, and Jake will be anything, right? But he won't be an Israelite. Jake will accept anything under the face of the sun, but he will not accept to be an Israelite, pursuant to Ezekiel, we believe the 4th chapter, right? It says, "They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation," right? Which is, once again, it's a low point in our history, right? And they have successfully done that. They have cut us off from being a nation, which is why they're sending their agents in, their vocab Malones, their, Dr. James White's, their, Polites, their whatever, what have you, right? To basically come up against this truth, right? Now, whether them guys are, agents themselves or whatever, well, I don't know, right? But at the end of the day, they're serving a purpose, and their purpose ain't a good purpose, right? They have to be, they have to be scoffers, right? The scripture says, "In the last days they shall come scoffers," right? But the work they're doing is not a good work, right? He says that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance, right? And for the longest time, Israel didn't know who we were. Well, we didn't know that we were the children of Israel, right? Damn, I'll even linked it in there. Grab that. And just load this up while I remember. Yeah, for the longest time, we didn't know who we were. Well, we were dead to this truth, right? But now the Lord's putting that breath back in us, right? So that we know who we are. And the Lord has, like I said, starting off from the apostles on down, right? The elders, right? Our teachers before the apostles, right? To basically tell the world who the real children of Israel are, right? It says, in fact, let me jump to the end, because what I wanted to do is to show, these different stages in just briefly, the low point that we're at now, right? And then how, through all of it, right, there's going to be a happy ending, right? We just have to wait, right? It says, for they have consulted together with one consent, they are confederate against you. So all these heathen nations, they've come together to bring us down, and we're low, right? You watch, World Star Hip Hop. You basically watch wherever Jake is, and you look at them, you're like, man. You ask the question, can these bones live, right? Which sometimes you think, nah, but obviously you know that Lord's hand is not short that he cannot save, right? Now I'll jump to this one real quick, right? This is Hosea 1:10, right? It says, yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered, and it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, right? So right now we're told, CNN will say, black Hebrew Israelites. We'll tell them that we're not black Hebrew Israelites, we're Hebrew Israelites. But they always want to turn that black. Why? Because they cannot fathom that we are the children of the Most High, right? But in that day, they will. Right? In that day, they're going to have no choice but to know that, this is who we are, right? It says, so it says that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living power. Right, so the children of Israel can't get that recognition. Right, the real children of Israel, not those people that have stolen our identity, right? Because we really them guys. Right, but right now you've got a whole lot of people that, pretending to be us and they ain't us, right? So I carry on. Well, like I said, I was jumping the gun a bit there. This is Jeremiah 17:4. It says, now even thyself shall discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, right? And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not, for ye have kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever. Right, so hey, we can't we can't gloss over the fact that we're in the position that we're in because we fucked up when we went off, right? These this is of a truth, right? We were wicked, and the Lord judged us for our wickedness, right? But in this position, we have been brought low, right? We've been brought low, and we've had to serve our enemies. Right? We've had to have Esau, the so-called white man, over us, telling us what to do, and all we can do, is just say yes, sir, right? Speaking about at the camp, right? Jake likes to talk about how hard they are, but hey, Esau can roll up on you and your boys and just take you out the game. He can, grab you up, hem you up, take you to them prisons, and there's shit you can do about it. Even if you all know that, the guy's innocent, there's nothing you can do about it. You got to then go to him, right, and what do you call it, and beg for his release, right? Now, let's say you bust him out of jail. How unlikely that is, but let's play devil's advocate. Then your boy has to be on the run for the rest of his life. From who? From Esau, right? Because he's the ruler of the world, and we're subject to him, right? Which is a low state, because what does the scripture say? It says, let me grab it. What was that? Basis of man, Daniel 7:14. Then, what's this one? 4:17. So it's Daniel 4:17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers, and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basis of men. Right, so right now we've got the basis of man and rulership, and we have to take orders from him. Right, like I said, if he tells us to move along, guess what? You gotta move along, because he's the one with the power right now. The Lord has given him his, that power, right? But what he didn't count on was that we will be given back the true power, which is these scriptures, or the understanding thereof, right? And the understand that we are the children of Israel, right? So the Lord's starting to deal with this again, and that's really what frightens him, right? Because all that power means when he says move, right, through the Spirit, now we can be like, nah. He can try, push some propaganda about the scriptures, but through the Spirit, we can be like, nah, that's not what it is. Right? Each time he's tried to come at us, all it's done is basically put the Israelites on a new platform, right? It's helped to spread the word, right? Just beautiful, right? It says Psalms 137:7. It says, remember, O Yahweh, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof, right? And basically, what do you call it? These Edomites, they've been wanting the destruction of the children of Israel. Right? When we came out, they didn't want to let us pass, right? Why? Because you read Ezekiel 35:5, right? They've had a perpetual hatred for the children of Israel, right? But where does that go back to? That goes back to the very beginning, right? Genesis, right? You also have Jacob and Esau in the womb, right? It says Apostle Tahar was breaking it down. They were basically having a death match in that womb, right? But the Lord wanted it to play out this way. So he's been given a little season, right, to rule, to do his wickedness, and then the Lord's gonna judge him, right? But in that season, right, he's brought nothing but hell on the children of Israel, right? Because we're mortal enemies, right? It says Amos 3:2 says, you only have unknown of all the families of the earth, therefore I'll punish you for all your iniquities, right? So we've been brought low, right? Because we've done wickedly, right? But this is the part of the happy, right? This is the direction of moving into the happy stuff, because we're going through this, but we know we're going through this because it's gonna make us better, right? And because ultimately, because the Most High is dealing with us and not with them. Sort of like how you may go gym, right? And you get the for instance, you do leg day, no one's missing leg day. I said I don't even go gym, right? But you go in there, you do leg day, for instance, and you do a heavy workout, and then the next couple of days you can't walk properly, right? But when you feel that, you're like, yeah, that was a good workout. It's painful, right? Standing up's painful, walking's painful, but you get that joy of, there's a reason why I'm feeling this pain, and there is a glory at the end of that pain, right? And that pain is carnal, right? But the pain that we've gone through is spiritual, right? Because we're being made better, we're being prepared for the kingdom, right? And that's part of the happy, right? It says Hebrews 12:6 says, for whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth and scourgeth every son whom he receiveth, right? Starting off with the elect, right? Lord, will we be of that number, right? We go and we go and go through some stuff, man. When you read Acts 14:22, right, it says through much tribulation we should enter into the kingdom of the Most High, right? But these things have to happen for our for us to grow, right, and be prepared for the great glory that is to come if we be those men, right? Let me see what else I got. And like I said, now I'm getting into all the good stuff, right? So Isaiah 49:23 says, and kings shall be thy nursing fathers, and their queens thy nursing mothers. They shall bow down to thee with their face toward the earth, and lick up the dust of thy feet. And thou shalt know that I am Yahweh, for they shall not be ashamed that wait for me, right? So in the kingdom, well, we gonna have the kings of these heathens, right? They gonna be ministering unto us, i.e. they gonna be serving to our needs, right? They gonna be slaves unto us, right? Right now, we nothing but slaves, right? To all these different heathen nations. But in that day, we gonna have them as slaves, right? Just showing you how the Lord, can turn the tables like it's nothing, right? Let's see what else we got. So Isaiah 60, and I'm gonna start from. Verse 6. It says, the multitudes of camels shall cover thee, the dromedaries of Midian and Ephah, all they from Sheba shall come, and they shall bring gold and incense, and they shall show forth the praise of Yahweh, right? It says, all the flocks of Kedar shall be gathered together unto thee, the rams of Nebaioth shall minister unto thee, they shall come up with acceptance on mine altar, and I will glorify the house of my glory. Right? Who are these that fly as a cloud, and as the doves to their windows? Surely the owls shall wait for me, and the ships of Tarshish first, to bring thy sons from far, their silver and their gold with them, unto the name of Yahweh thy power, unto the Holy One of Israel, because he hath glorified thee. Right, and sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, right? And their kings shall minister unto thee, for in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor have I had mercy on thee. Right, so these heathen nations, they're gonna be bringing their goodies, right? And they're gonna be doing work, just like how Israel, we worked, right? So we know what work is. Right, but these heathen nations, they gonna work, right? Which once again, it's only fair, right? Because we had to go through it, so they gonna go through it, right? It says for the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. Yea, those nations shall be utterly wasted. The glory of Lebanon shall come unto thee, the fir tree, the pine tree, and the box together, to beautify the place of my sanctuary, and I'll make the place of my feet glorious. Right? So yeah, I can carry on. I'll read verse 16. It says, thou shalt also suck the milk of the Gentiles, and shall suck the breasts of kings, and they shall know that I, Yahweh, am the Saviour and thy Redeemer, the mighty one of Jacob. For brass I will bring gold, and for iron I will bring silver, and for wood brass, and for stone iron, and I'll make thy officers peace, and thine exactors righteous. Right? Hey. So once again, reiterating the fact we're gonna be getting them goodies back, right? And it goes and say, violence shall no more be heard in thy land, wasting nor destruction within thy borders. But thou shalt call thy wall salvation, and thy gates praise. Well, so we're going to be peaceful, man. You read Isaiah, the 2nd chapter, it speaks about how there shall be no more war when we're in rulership. Right? Which, you go to the hood. I mean, Apostle Ramla was doing a vid, and he basically made a statement. Look, man, you're more safe, right, in the wild with wild animals than you are in Jake's neighborhoods, man. Right? Now, I was like, damn, because, you get certain things that happen in England, but I can only imagine what happens in America, and even more so what happens in them Latin countries, man. Because them Latin tribes, they wicked, man. Right? Sometimes you got to tell it how it is. Them Latin tribes are wicked, man. You see some of the stories, some of the videos that come out of there, where you get old grandmothers getting beaten and shit. Right? Hey, but there ain't gonna be any violence, any form of violence in our kingdom. Anyone's trying to bring violence, hey, the Israelites, we gonna stamp that out, or the Lord will send, or will send, some heathens to go stamp it out, right? Let's see what else we got. Hey, Revelations 21:4, right? It says, and the Most High shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow, nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. Right? Hey, so not only is there ain't going to be any violence, no one going to war, but the children of Israel, we ain't going to die no more. Right? That's one of the things that are promised unto us, one of the glories. Right? We ain't going to die no more. We ain't going to cry no more. We ain't going to feel pain like how we feel pain. Right? All the things that we worry about, the emotional pain, the spiritual pain, we ain't going to be worrying about that in the kingdom, right? We're going to have all that our hearts could wish in righteousness. We're going to be able to have the righteous enjoyment of everything, right? And that's that happy ever after, right? That's that new kingdom that we seek, right? It's Hebrews 13:14, right? It says, for here we have no continuing city, but we seek one to come, right? So we seek the kingdom because, like the scripture said, here there ain't no joy here. We ain't got nothing there. All we have here is chains and wickedness and unrighteousness, right? Yeah, you can have children here, all right, but Esau owns your children, right? You can't have true joy of your children like you want to, like we will have in the kingdom, right? And this is I'll end on this. I believe it's my last one. Oh, or one after. What's that one? Oh yeah. It says Sirach 25:7. It says, there be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. a man that hath joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemies, right? So, hey, that's one of the beautiful things. Right? We gonna live to see the fall of our enemies, right? Hey, and those will be with the elect. Right? We gonna be in them chariots, watching them getting burnt up, right? Then, hey, scriptures talk about how the what do you call it, the elites of Esau, they gonna survive the destruction, right? Whether they be in their bunkers or whatever, right? And you read Psalms, it says, then, right, they shall be collected, right? Go and slap some chains on them. Certain to Psalms was 149, right? They're gonna be slap some chains on them, right? And they're gonna go straight into slavery, right? And ain't nothing better than seeing the fall of your enemies, right? Seeing Jacob Rothschilds, all them elite banking families, all those people that have claimed to be us, that have looked down upon us. Ain't nothing greater than seeing them, go down, man, right? And ultimately, 1,000 years from now, right, we gonna have the greatest joy of all, right? We gonna see Edom, right, the so-called white race, right, be put down forever, right? It says Obadiah 1:18, says, in the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, right? And the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for Yahweh hath spoken it, right? So the Edomites, they gonna be completely done away with, right? They're gonna be destroyed, and rightfully so. Right? Look at their track record, look at their history, look at all the wickedness that they've done to the children of Israel primarily. But then after that, look at all the wickedness that they've done, to the heathen nations, right? To other, to the earth, right? So as always, Lord's word was edifying. Until the next time, I'm gonna say, Shalom.